Okay, so driver is obviously what you want to look at. As discussed, the lines are much better. Shoulders are good, feet are good. I want to check the swing plane here. I think we're a little above the plane. Yeah, so a little under here. Sort of cup it a little bit to get it on line. Face a touch open there compared to your irons. And then obviously get it back on plane, but from quite a narrow and steep angle. So we get that thing setting better and use the legs a little bit better, then that club is going to be there. So then it's going to travel on a much wider, longer arc to get back to the golf ball. So you can see how the body had to stall a little bit. So the body stalls and then you release it hard, and then obviously that one goes left. Okay. So we're going to try and work basically on this position here. Okay. Get that dropping on plane much earlier, then you don't have to try and work so hard to square the face.
Hey bud, okay, thanks for the round. Like to play, I mean, obviously you're setting up, lining up better, and just really striking the ball way better. I'm really happy. But I do understand the frustration. Okay, obviously we don't have control of that club face and that ball's all over the place. And then obviously in that situation, hitting it better almost makes it worse because it goes further offline. But I want you to learn today about that little sort of open shoulders, fire the body, leg release. Okay, a little bleed off the tee. Okay, it's a real nice shot to have, for the rest of your golf career. So that was a good one to learn. Obviously, a lot of focus in the alignment and where the backswing is setting. So I really, I'm happy with that, and it's a million times better. And then, as I said, from there in the downswing, it faces a little bit all over. But I think it's also a little bit of sequencing. Okay, so we don't quite get into that left leg enough. Obviously, we worked a little bit on covering the ball. You tend to be a little back and upright sometimes. So obviously, the club is going to have a tendency to release early and close a little bit. So it's a little bit of that, and then a little bit of swing plane as well. But once again, I feel like if we press a little bit harder into that left leg, okay, I just feel like that club is going to drop onto play. Okay, so we're going to be really focusing. We take the rest of the week off swing wise, and then next week we're really focusing a little bit on the transition, but mostly on that delivery position. So if we can get that club, if we get that body a little more over and that club tracking somewhere there on line and really square, okay, instead of sort of hanging back and being a little open face and slightly above the plane, then that's we're going to take care of a lot of stuff. We don't have to worry so much about impact. Okay, so we're going to look to try and use this body a little bit harder, sort of both forward and around, okay, and then really track that delivery position of that club. Okay, so it's going to be real focus. Then from there, played quite well, especially the sort of first 8 or 9 holes, and then it kind of went away from you a little bit. The lag putting is a combination of read and touch. So I just want you to practice some lag putting. Lag putting, I would say anything 40 foot and over. Okay, so you just got to set out, maybe do a ladder drill or something like that. Set out 40, 45, 50, 55, try and two-putt them all. Okay, something like that. A couple of those short misses, alignment and stuff, once again, much better. Okay, just when the hands get a little bit hard. So I'd say to you there, it gets out of sequence. What I'm talking about is the hands get a little bit hard, and then once you make the transition, the hands accelerate without the shoulders moving. Okay, and that's when you get that sort of shove out to the right. Okay, so we've got to make sure that the hands stay soft and the shoulders, arms, and putter are all moving together at the same speed. So when you get under pressure, make a conscious effort to soften those hands, okay, and keep everything moving at the same speed. Okay, we're going to get slightly better results with that. Okay, short game wise, really good. That 2 bad ones on 6 and 15. Okay, both of them really the same thing. You actually just took the club too far back. I mean, the setup could have been a little bit better, but you just took the club too far back for a short shot, and then you have to decelerate. Okay, remember we've got to try and match up the length of the stroke with the length of the stroke. Okay, pitching wise, brilliant. Okay, so it's just that little chip and run. Okay, we still need a little bit of work with that. Pitching wise, I need some really tough pitches out there. Okay, really, really good. We're really, really happy with that.